What's up, gang? Today we're going to focus on something a little bit different. We're going to focus on the outside of a game, which I rarely do. I don't ever have time for that. So by the title of the video, I'm sure you can tell, I'm going to show you how to polish this chrome up with just regular stuff that you're going to find in the kitchen or in an arcade like I am. I used to own a detail shop, and so I could do this properly. There's expensive chemicals you can get, or you can do this the cheap way, and they both have good results. But you could take automotive grade sandpaper and wet sand all of this oxidation, and there's no real rust on this one, but like on pinball legs they get really rusty. But let me give you a good look at this for before. It's just bothering me. I put it up here to work on it tomorrow, and it's just so gross. I really didn't want it in the shot in the video I was getting ready to film, so I figured I'd do this. Well, I figured I'd clean it anyway, but I might as well show you guys, document the process, because I like to do that anyway, and I need a video for the day. So I'm also set up to do one of the pachinko machines over there as well. So stick around and I will show you a couple different methods that I think everybody will have at home, and it will look much better. And quit selling your pinball machines without at least touching the legs. They're gross.
This job would be great if it wasn't for the customers.
I'm Walter Day, the father of esports, and you're watching Matty Mo's Arcade.
And you know how long it's been since I played Whac-A-Mole?
Ready to attack, fanny pack attached. Tokens are all stacked, got the mallet in my grasp. Waiting for the moles, hiding in their holes. Scoreboard keeping tally, I'll be playing till they close now. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. I'm a mallet master, a single-fisted blaster. You can ask my baby, it starts slow then gets faster. I'm a record setter.
There it is, my big secret. So basically what I normally would do in this situation is I would just use steel wool and Windex. I made this up instead of Windex. It's just, it's like I'd say 70% glass cleaner, 25% water, just to thin it out a little bit. But there's no real need. The only reason I did that is because I don't have any steel wool. All I have is these SOS pads, which are basically the same thing, but these are soap filled, so I just didn't want soap everywhere. And then these are like little green scrub pads at Scotch-Brite. It's a name brand. Most restaurants and stuff have those in the kitchen. This is actually I think a heavier grit than steel wool, but we'll worry about all that. What I'm going to do is start out, and I am just going to pretty much, let's just do like this half right here on the bottom, and then I'll come back and we'll compare this side to this side, and then I'll do this side with whichever one I didn't use, the scratch pad or the steel wool. I imagine they're both going to do about the same, but we can see how it goes. And we'll do all that together from there on, and we'll have a good before and after thumbnail. All right, stick around. Okay, so the right side here in the middle is done. You can see it's almost a mirror finish. I can actually see my reflection in it, or if I stand over here on the left side, you can't see anything. So it obviously works very well. I just did this literally in, just a minute and a half, 2 minutes. You could even come by here with a microfiber and really polish this off of here and really make this sharp, considering what it was. I mean, you can see it on the left, you can see it on the right. But that was the SOS pad with the soap in it. So let's try this left side and see what we can do in just a couple minutes with the scrub pad and see if it works just as well. I'm not going through all this really dirty stuff right now. I just want to show you how it works and how quick it is. But actually I am not going to use that. I am right. It is it's a coarser material. That's okay. I can polish it. I have real polish, so I'll polish that at a later date. What did I do with the SOS pad? I had a feeling that grit wasn't going to be proper what I was going for. And I just had that SOS pad sitting in front of me. Here it is. Okay, so let's get the SOS pad. And I do this to pinball legs, coin doors, obviously like pinball playfield parts and stuff. You put in a tumbler or something like that. But for big pieces of chrome, this really doesn't take that much time. Now I know there are pinball legs out there that are super rusty, and you can do the dip and all that. That's probably the best thing to do for something that's that rusty, and if you don't want to pay $100 or whatever it is for new legs. But if they're just mildly rusty, or they just don't shine anymore and they're not rusty, this is a real quick way to make I mean, look not new, but they look pretty damn good. And that can just help you sell your machine that much faster. If you show up in the coin door and the legs you can see a reflection in, you're definitely not going to get talked down as much as if you show up with brown legs and a brown coin door. Not that there's anything wrong with brown, but brown is not reflective. So, like you can see, that just didn't take that long. You see that scuffed that up pretty good. So don't use the green scratch pads. Let me screw up for you. But I wasn't worried about doing it because like I said, I got a buffer and everything. I did that professionally for a while too. But I had mentioned this in other videos, and people seem to react to it as if they didn't know that you could do this and make it look this good. And we're gonna restore Zach's pole position, and it's got a lot of rusty spots like this. Not a whole lot that are chrome, but the steering wheel was, I think. So, trying to just get that haze off of there. I won't be able to here in the middle with all the scratches. But let's see if I can use something a little drier. I used to do high-end sports cars, and I own my own company, and the girl that worked for me just looked at me like I was crazy when we pulled up to a $100,000 Porsche, and I got out and set up my bucket of water, my sandpaper, and started sanding on the paint job. She's like, "What are you doing, you crazy bastard?" And there you go. So you can see that nasty spot, and I'll show that in another video where I ended up fixing that. But it is fabulous. Other than that, compared to what it was, like I don't mind looking at this thing anymore. Of course, that's going to bother me because I know I did that. But here you go, the top and the bottom. Just a quick tech tip. Not really even a tech tip, just a tip. You're going to use this on anything. Your wheels on your car, you know, your fridge, whatever. You just don't want to do it on aluminum. And you also just stick to steel wool. And that's what an SOS pad is. You won't get these kind of scratches. You won't have to worry about that. I can guarantee that will work just fine. But as you can see, and this is what coin doors look like. You know, get an old Bally's coin door, and it's got this same chrome finish on it, but you'd never know until you go ahead and knock it out like that. And for some reason, it's not like antiques. Like antiques, you don't want to take the patina off, but you can on a coin door. Anyway, hope that helps somebody and make your games look nice. So these two right here are going to be ground and 5 volts. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is, a nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted, I got what I wanted. and a pretty good deal on it too.
But am I gonna get what I want?
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.